Welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Monday, March 11th. And before we get going, I just wanted to say that I got my Good Morning Coffee mug in the mail over the weekend, and it is nice. This thing's like a 20-ounce mug or something. You could easily knock somebody out with this mug.
That's right. I drank out of it this weekend.
You did, like alcohol?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, nice. I've only been drinking water out of it so far, but I'm going to break it in eventually.
Good for you.
Also, if you want to see the mug live, or not live, but on video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hard Factor News, to see full show videos, best of clips, and much more. We're going to keep the video content coming out on that YouTube channel, so subscribe there.
Yes.
All right, top stories for the day. Wes is going to do one about a lot of plane trouble over the weekend.
Yeah, we're going to put planes in the soft corner.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of planes in the soft corner. All right, Mark's going to do one about Mark Zuckerberg. Turns out he's as crazy as he looks.
Yeah, this story makes me convinced that Zuckerberg pees sitting down. Pretty sure.
Nice. And I'll take us through a lightning round of other headlines. Take it away, Wes.
All right, going back to the soft corner, and this time it's not a person in the soft corner. It's a vessel of transportation, planes.
Sitting in the corner of the Macho Man Randy Savage is quite an honor.
What the fuck planes? Yeah, as if I'm not scared enough to fly already. Honestly, all my greatest fears have wings, wasps, hornets, and planes. Just scared of things with wings, I guess. So the first part of this one involves yet another tragic plane crash involving Boeing's newest and best airplane, the Boeing 737 MAX 8.
Well, I wouldn't call it the best. Newest.
Newest. Definitely not the best. And this marks the second time this plane has crashed just minutes after takeoff in 6 months.
Wait, so it's only been out for 6 months?
It's been out for 2 years. They unveiled it at some aviation conference or
But
big
in
thing.
the past 6 months, there have been 2 instant crashes.
So it's probably hasn't been used that long, though. So, I mean, that's a lot for
It's a lot.
It's in service. Let's just put it that way. So the first time this death trap took off and killed everyone on board, 189 people to be exact, was when a Lion Air flight crashed just 13 minutes into flight into the Java Sea in October. Not really sure where the Java Sea is.
That sounds like such a fake story. Lion Air, Java Sea. Like, is that?
It's true. 189 people.
Not to say it's
189
not
people.
real. I get it. 189 people, but it's just,
Yeah. So that happened, and now in the most recent tragedy, an Ethiopian Airlines flight crashed on Sunday just 6 minutes into flight, killing all 157 people on board.
6 minutes?
6 minutes into flight. So you're like kind of like hoping you're going to turn on your Wi-Fi soon, and then you're just
you can't
dead.
even. You're not even supposed to have your laptop out at that
so that's
point.
like 350 people these Boeing planes have killed.
Yes.
Yeah, and it combined 20 minutes of flight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not good for Boeing. So, so the problem is, it seems these planes are equipped with a new safety/death system called the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS, which automatically pulls the plane's noses down towards the ground if the system senses the plane is at risk.
What?
Yeah, like the suicide bomber technique.
Yeah, I'm not
Just
sure.
like straight down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what at risk of what. Just flying regularly.
Why would the solution to being at risk be crashing into the ground?
I have no idea, but that's what it does. So the data suggests that the pilots in the Lion Air flight were basically in a tug of war battle with the new system, trying to pull the plane's nose up while the system was telling the plane just to crash into the ground.
That's horrifying.
Yeah. So
That's the Boeing difference. We got the death causer feature right here. Can't beat it.
It's got to
Can't
go
beat
down.
yeah.
If it senses danger, it's going down.
I mean, what the fuck? So
Autopilot into the ground.
into the ground. Yeah. So Boeing has come out and said the system should have been turned off. And has since sent out an emergency warning on how to shut this death system off to all
Why
pilots.
does it exist if it needs
exactly.
to be turned off?
They were like, we built this as a joke, and then it got out into the production of these it made it out into production. We just made it as a joke.
First
It
thing
was a
when
company event.
First thing when you get in the plane, do we have fuel and is the death system off? That's what you click.
You guys, this is a Boeing. If you don't turn the death system off, you die for sure. You got to make sure that death.
Yeah. So both airlines actually had superb safety records before these tragedies, even though Lion Airlines, Ethiopian Airlines, you might think maybe there's a bunch of shenanigans going on up there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was questioning.
Yeah, just people smoking on board.
It's a vape lounge. Like
Yeah.
it's a
Just everyone's shirtless, fucking the flight attendants.
Well, that's the next company we're getting to.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
airline for sure.
Yeah, and so in more bad news for Boeing, a 777 flight from Istanbul to JFK experienced my least favorite thing on a flight, other than sitting next to a fat guy or crashing. Really, really bad turbulence.
Oh yeah, that's not fun.
Turbulence is the fucking worst.
Oh, that is bad. Yeah.
Yeah, so turbulence so bad that it injured 29 people and sent 4 to the hospital. One video online shows a woman with what appears to be a broken nose, just bloodied from, all over her face, and one person broke their leg. I think it was a flight attendant.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's terrible turbulence.
So the National Weather Service did warn pilots of extreme turbulence over New England prior to the flight, but
Yeah. But as we mentioned, this airline was Turkish Air's.
You can't
and
tell.
You're not going to be able to tell a Turkish pilot what to do.
no. They're going through
We can
anything.
make it through any storm.
That flight just had, like you mentioned, it was like a steam room. It was just a bunch of shirtless people steaming, and there's cats everywhere, on board, just like running around willy nilly.
Yeah.
Like,
It's smoking cigs,
Yeah,
whatever.
cigars, steam room. It's
Turkish Airlines.
Yeah. Just
Pass me that cat.
slapping the flight attendants' asses.
You get a gold bracelet like when you come off the plane.
Yeah, no problem. So, planes are in the soft corner. Fucking, we have to be on one soon. Going to the headquarters.
Are we flying Boeing?
Probably. It's either Airbus or Boeing. I think.
Boeing 737?
Max 8. Yeah, probably.
Yikes.
So, going to the comments section, Celine369 from the United Kingdom says, "I always wear my seatbelt and sit down when the seatbelt sign comes on, but am worried that some idiot will walk around or won't wear their seatbelt and will fall on me. Cabin crew must enforce wearing of seatbelts."
Celine's always hitting the button and telling on people.
Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah.
Seatbelt.
Yeah, so you're like tapping her on the shoulder. Can I
I
go
need
to
to
the
go pee.
bathroom?
Yeah.
No, the seatbelt sign's on. You're not
she
getting
won't
out.
let you go.
You're not getting out.
Oh yeah, she sits in the aisle, blocks you. That'd be horrible.
Yeah, so fuck planes. I'm already scared to death of them.
All right. Let's get on to Zuckerberg here. So, surprise, surprise, Mark Zuckerberg is a paranoid lunatic. That's right. The Facebook CEO and probably human being that is puzzled by glasses of water is pretty fucking over the top about his personal security and that of his family's.
You don't say.
I do say. In a 2018 SEC filing for the company's second quarter finances, Facebook said it had approved a pre-tax allowance of $10 million to Zuckerberg for his and his family's personal security, and that is in addition to his regular overall security program, which was $7.3 million officially in the books in 2017.
Holy shit.
So that's a lot of fucking money.
He thinks he's the president of the world.
Yes, he has much bigger security than like any other human being.
Trump
$20
anyway.
million a year for security.
Right. He's walking around like he's John Gotti. Like,
Right.
Like he thinks he's
Yeah.
going to get shot at. So what exactly are we talking about here? A lot of money. So he has a bulletproof glass-walled conference room next to his open office-style room at HQ. So he's just
Wait,
getting,
what? He's got like a penalty box that he can jump into.
Yeah, he can just, right. As everyone's just shooting at him, he's like just holed up in his glass conference room.
No one's allowed in.
Yeah, he's got 24/7 armed guards surrounding him like at all times, and his house is as well. But they follow him around, and some pose as Facebook employees during meetings. So they'll just be in the boardroom meeting, and they're like pretending to be like a hipster, and they're actually just like an elite guard. And when he does all hands meetings, and he has to like stand up in front of people, they're by his side so they can take a bullet for him in case someone charges him.
Yeah, they're like air marshals.
That sounds like a real productive meeting environment. The boss has a fucking gunman in the room. So like if you disagree with them, he can technically just have you shot.
Oh, for sure. If you start aggressively walking towards him, you're going to get shot. No one can park under his office because the way their office is set up in California, the main one, is they have like a parking garage on the bottom, and then on top of that, they built the office space. So no one can park directly under his office because they're constantly fearing car bombs under his office. So they just know you're not allowed to park in that area
That's so
of the parking garage.
ridiculous.
And one of my favorite probably is there's rumors of a panic shoot for Zuckerberg.
Panic shoot.
So I thought that was like a parachute, but it's not. It's like a luge or like a laundry chute.
No, it's like when you go to the bank and you put your money in.
Right.
You just get into like one of those like things and just
Like
it
a
just
tube.
zips him up outside wherever he's going.
yes.
I just
So,
imagine it's like giant thugs like alley-ooping him into the chute,
Just shoop.
So Business Insider did like a detailed report on all this stuff, and the only one that's not completely substantiated is this panic shoot. It's just a rumor, but a lot of the employees are saying it exists. And when Facebook was asked to comment about it, they declined to comment. So they weren't like, "No, of course there's no panic shoot." They were just
exists.
like, "Yeah, obviously it exists."
It exists.
It exists.
There are a lot of other measures also put in place by members of Zuckerberg's elite security squad. Like he gets driven everywhere he goes, and his team sweeps locations for potential security threats before he enters the building. We're talking about bars or restaurants. Before he goes into a bar, he's got a team that walks in and like metal detects the shit out of the room and makes sure there's no one in there.
How is he allowed to fucking do that? He's not a government employee. He's just a fucking private citizen with a lot of money. Yeah, he's just fucking.
I don't think he goes to restaurants that often.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they probably welcome it because he probably leaves a $10 million tip.
Yeah.
But and then also when he gets a new doctor. His team vets the ever-living shit out of the doctor's personal lives and like their history, their bank statements. Same thing with instructors. So if he gets a new personal trainer or goes to a yoga class or a spin cycle class, the entire class has to wait for him to like have his team of thugs shake down the instructor and ask him. They're like hanging him over a balcony, he's dangling him by the feet. Like, no, I'm just a spin class teacher, actually.
Yes, please let me go.
Sorry.
Zuckerberg does seem like a guy who needs like 15 instructors. He just just doesn't know how to live life. So you need
but he ignores all of them. He has all of them, but he doesn't listen to a goddamn thing.
Definitely
they
needs a dance instructor. I guarantee you that.
Oh yeah. A fucking instructor?
Yeah, fucking
that guy
instructor.
can't fuck for shit. He has armed officers on constant guard outside of his gated area homes for his family, as I mentioned before. And one of which of his houses is rumored to have a panic room, according to the Business Insider report. I'm gonna go ahead and say all of them have panic rooms.
Yeah, every single room.
Yeah, I don't think it's one of them. I think it's all
like
of them.
that movie with Mark Wahlberg where like the shades come down and it's like what was the movie? He's like a stalker.
Panic room?
Fear. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about the one date night with him.
No, Fear. Where like the whole.
Yeah.
It's just one big panic room.
Or like Will said, it's just like the movie Panic Room.
Right. Yeah. Just like Panic Room.
He also, like I said, has personal drivers. But the best part about that is that while he's in the car, he has a security team monitoring traffic routes, and they'll like adjust the route if needed or if something looks shady going on.
It's like a Mission Impossible movie?
Exactly. He thinks it's like Precinct 17 or like in the movie Heat when like the dumpster truck like comes out of nowhere and sideswipes his car.
He's so scared of homeless people.
Yeah. Every homeless
person's going to kill him.
It's a conspiracy.
Oh my God. I don't know what his deal is. That's a little bit over the top. I mean,
Yeah,
he certainly doesn't have to worry about any dog fuckers or extreme racists attacking him because his company is a friend to those groups, a real safe haven. Facebook is the panic chute for dog fuckers and racists.
Yeah. You can go there and be safe.
Yep. So let's take it to the internet where Carrie Schwartz says he is such a coward.
Fair point, Carrie.
Well stated, Carrie. And then Stephen Morgan, not a fan of Zuckerberg's either, says the strangest takeaway from the story, though, isn't what Facebook does to protect Zuckerberg from stalkers and potential threats. It's the company's efforts to protect him from Facebook employees themselves, who aren't even allowed to take photos of the enigmatic CEO. But please remember, Facebook is entitled to use anything you share and will personally crap on your privacy rights. Good point, Stephen. If they took care of our data like they do Mark Zuckerberg, there probably wouldn't be as many breaches.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Fair assessments all around. That guy is kind of a schmuck. All right. Let's take it to a lightning round of other headlines we couldn't get to.
Living on the edge of a lightning bolt. Oh, yeah!
Turns out Robert Kraft isn't the only high-profile associate of his favorite rub-and-tug joint, the Orchids of Asia. The owner, Lee Cindy Yang, so her name is Lee Yang, but she goes by Cindy, has actually been a guest to Mar-a-Lago a few times, bringing Chinese businessmen in to meet Trump. So small world, I guess.
Small world when you have incredible hands for hand jobs. When you have incredibly small, smooth hands.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. No one gives a better hand job to myself than me.
What does that have to do with it? What does that have to do with
the
the
Orchids of Asia? The Orchids of Asia could beat you.
No, I guarantee you the women at the Orchids of Asia could give you a better hand job than you can.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
At least a run for your money.
Run for my money, okay.
A doctor at Kaiser Permanente Medical Center in Fremont, California, last Monday night met with his patients via robot. The machine rolled into their room. His face appeared via the live video monitor on the top of the robot. And he proceeded to tell them that their grandfather, Ernest Quintana, 78, would die, which then he did the next day. So needless to say,
It was accurate.
yeah, the doctor was accurate. Needless to say, the family was a little
Nailed
upset with the robot death announcement treatment.
Yeah, that's a rough one. He like freezes right before the news.
Yeah.
Just screen
Those
freezes.
things are weird. They're like segways with like an iPad on top of them.
It's just an
It
iPad.
is so, dude, imagine that thing like shuffling up in your fucking room and then telling you you're about to die. Like that's
That's
A
horrible.
little impersonal.
Yeah, the doctor then went
Yeah.
on to tell his wife he wanted to divorce her via text.
right. Exactly. This guy's just ruining people's lives from his little room.
You need at least a nurse to hug if you're going to
Yeah.
give that kind of
No,
information.
apparently
to
a
someone.
nurse stood next to it silently, didn't say anything, and then left with it as soon as
Oh,
the announcement was
God.
over.
That is morbid as
That's
fuck.
terrible.
Yeah, it's really bad. A woman described as in her 30s and a complete mess got herself in some trouble at an Arizona zoo over the weekend when she tried to get a selfie as close as she could to one of the zoo's jaguars. She got up in the fence as close as she could, apparently bringing her arm over the fence line to snap the photo, and then the jaguar did what jaguars do. It tried to eat her arm off.
She ignored the sign of a jaguar eating an arm off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it looks like she's going to survive, though, so good for her.
This is actually the second time that this jaguar has attacked someone going over the fence. So they need to maybe like put the fence back a few more feet.
Either
Or
that or that
a
jaguar
moat.
is just, man, it's teaching people a valuable lesson.
Yeah.
Pay attention
Yeah.
to the rules.
Yep.
Finally, a 38-year-old California man has been arrested for attempting to pour 2 gallons of diesel gasoline onto his neighbor's front door and light it on fire. When the man was arrested, the arsonist claimed that he doesn't have a problem with the family, but he had seen a ghost inside their house. The family,
Yeah, okay.
who was asleep inside the house at the time of the incident, says this isn't the first time they've caught their neighbor fucking around on their front porch camera.
And he said, if we know one thing about ghosts, it's that they hate being set on fire.
Right.
This guy's fucking the wife in that house.
You
I
think
guarantee
so?
it. I
He's just
guarantee it.
jealous?
He's
He's
jealous.
just fucking the wife?
He's fucking the wife.
I mean, he was going to create like 4 more ghosts.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Right.
The situation wasn't going to get better.
The whole family.
Yeah.
He needs to be in jail for attempted murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, absolutely insane. That does it for Hard Factor today. Just a reminder to get your mind right for another Hard Factor Power Hour coming up this Friday night with PFT commenter and maybe some other people from Barstool HQ. We're not sure who's all going to be on the lineup yet. We'll announce the time once we get it nailed down, and most importantly, have yourself an incredible Monday.